Now I'm sure you'll agree that Scotty Cameron makes arguably the best looking putters out there on the market, and one of the more striking ranges visually is the new Phantom X range, and I was really blown away by the looks of these putters when I saw them for the first time out in Orlando at the PGA show. And today here at Gog Golf Club, a few weeks before they actually go on sale officially, I've been given the chance to test them out thoroughly. I've already gone through the putter fitting education process with James, one of the master fitters, so I already know the right length for me. We've tried out a few models, but now he's gone away and I've been left with the putting green to myself to go through all these models. I'm going to give them a bit more of a thorough test, talk to you about the looks of the putters, the way they feel, the different models, and hopefully settle on the one that's right for me. So let's get started with this new Scotty Cameron Phantom X range. I cannot wait. One thing I just wanted to kind of try and show you is the difference in sound between the Phantom X and the Scotty Cameron Select. So Scotty Cameron Select range, not only does it have a face insert, but it also has a deeper milling pattern, and that should contribute to a quieter sound because more of the sound kind of dissipates. There's more gaps there for the sound to dissipate from and create a softer, quieter sound. So I'll just do a little live test for you. Hopefully you can hear it on the audio from my microphone down at the ball if I hit quite a hard putt. So this is the Phantom X number 5. It's got quite a loud ping to it almost, and if I switch into the Scotty Cameron Newport, so this is the Newport 2.5, it's got a slightly different sound to it, so less of a pop. Actually, these putters are still relatively loud compared to putters I've used in the past that have more aggressive face milling, but definitely the Phantom X with that shallower milling is a slightly louder sound still. So you need to really think about if that's something that you want, but I think the audible feedback from the putter is a good thing, and you can kind of tell based on the sound how well you struck it. Still feels solid, but not necessarily firm or rock solid. Nice kind of loud pop to it, gets the ball rolling nice and early. Initial testing has shown that the combination of those different things is a real winner. Right, so I've had an awesome time here at the practice putting green at Gog Golf Club, testing all the new Phantom X putters, and you can probably see from the tops of the grips poking out of the bottom of the frame here, I've picked 3 that I really like, and they're all a bit different actually, offer something a bit different in terms of looks and feel, but these are the ones that really stood out for me in terms of the performance, and transitioning from my current putter into one of these I think should be a relatively seamless process, even though they are very different in shape and design. And the first one to talk about is the Phantom X 5.5. Now, because this is the 0.5, it's got a lower bend profile, which means it does have a little bit of toe hang. You can see here it's not got loads of toe hang, but there is enough there to kind of make the change from my current blade, which has about 45 degrees of toe hang, into something like this a bit easier. The thing you'll notice about this putter is that it does have quite a loud pop sound at impact, and that's not going to be to everyone's taste. I actually don't mind it, but I probably would prefer something a little bit more subtle. We'll come on to where you might get that in a second, but other thing you'll notice about these putters is that they're actually a bit smaller than you expect them to be. Obviously, we know from the previous Futura range, which was quite a large mallet design, all designed to give you maximum forgiveness, really high MOI, and while these do still offer that, they are actually a little bit smaller than I was expecting, and that is another reason why the transition from a blade to a mallet like this is a little bit easier. If you don't want to be bombarded with sight lines and lots of different alignment aids, maybe this is the one to go for in the Phantom X line. You've got the 3 dots there on top, but other than that it's relatively subtle. I think that's one of the other reasons why I liked it. It's very simple, you know, got the black front section contrasting nicely with the kind of fangs at the back. It just sets down really nicely behind the ball, and those 3 yellow dots there really help position the ball centrally and return it centrally as well at impact. I felt I struck this quite solid, and it was surprisingly forgiving for what is the smallest model in the Phantom X range. The other one I really liked is the 8.5. So again, it's the 0.5, so it's got a little bit more toe hang to it compared to the 8. Apparently this is proving to be one of the more popular models on tour, and I'm not surprised because it's got that kind of all clean, all black look on top with that aluminium piece. So the black is aluminium, so you can see here this has got the only one out of all the range that has a complete aluminium top shell. You've got these elongated sight lines that are bright yellow that really help frame the ball. We've seen brands use a lot of different colours in recent years, but I really think this yellow pops off the flange really nicely, and obviously you've still got those 3 yellow dots there to help position the ball centrally. The thing I find with these elongated sight lines either side of the ball is that they kind of give you a visual aid as to your stroke as well. Of course they help with alignment in terms of setting the face squarely behind the ball, but you do get a nice visual impression. Kind of as you move the putter, those lines are kind of ingrained on your sight, and you can see the path of your stroke a little bit more. So I do enjoy the performance benefits of this one. And the other thing to note with this putter specifically is it has a slightly kind of quieter, more solid sound to it, so it doesn't have as loud a pop at impact. I think that's just with the construction, the different pieces, the way it's designed. There's less kind of holds, if you like, on the design. It's a very kind of filled in design, if you like, and I think that just contributes to a slightly quieter sound, which I do prefer, much more like the putter I use currently. And then the other model I really liked is the number 12. This is the one that I really wanted to like the most. It's the one that as soon as I saw it, I thought that is one of the best looking mallet putters out there, and I still completely agree with my original thought. You can see here I like the kind of symmetry of it. You've got these nice wings coming out the back, so it's kind of almost quite square in its design, but you've got the same elongated sight lines as the 8.5, which, like I mentioned, has all of those different visual performance benefits. But for me, this one just felt the most stable. This one felt like I could hit it all over the face and the ball would still roll out. One thing you're going to notice with these putters is a slightly louder sound, more feedback on the sound. It's going to contribute to what is, I would say the feel is, it's solid, but it's not especially firm, but it's not soft either. It's somewhere in the middle. Normally a louder sound would contribute to a harsher feel, more firmer feel, but I wouldn't say it's quite there yet. I think it's a nice combination that Scotty Cameron and his team have incorporated into these putters, and the thing you really notice, like I said, is that forgiveness levels on off-centre hits. Would I switch to this, put it in play on the golf course over what I currently play? The jury's out on that. I'm not decided, because it is a fairly big switch into a design like this compared to what I've always played, which is a compact blade. Had a few goes of the Newport 2s over there, and I do feel like I would lean towards those compared to the Phantom X. But if you're a golfer that needs alignment assistance, you want forgiveness from your putter, maybe you struggle a bit from long range, you struggle with your striking, this is the type of putter you need to be gravitating towards. And I think in terms of the aesthetics and the premium visuals that these putters offers, they are really some of the best looking models out there on the market. There's an awful lot of technology gone into these putters. You can see just the subtle details of these putters. You can see, like, even on the some of the pieces here, how Scotty Cameron's milled out some of the holes here just to save weight in all these key areas. You know, there's a lot more to this design than meets the eye, and I think the benefits of that you will experience out on the golf course on the putting green. You go through the fitting process, get the right length, and then it's all about choosing the model, the head shape that fits your eye the best and gives you the best performance. And these three were the ones that stood out. And I think interesting for me was that even though in theory the number 12 isn't the model I would be picking based on my stroke, which has quite a lot of arc to it, and I prefer a more compact shape, even though this is the largest one, I did actually putt surprisingly well with it, just because deep down I really like the look of this putter. So don't dismiss a putter based on its design alone. If you like the look of it, but maybe in theory it's not the right style of putter for you, don't dismiss it, give it a try. Often looks override everything else. Golfers can often manipulate the putter in whichever way they want, regardless of how it's constructed. So if you like the look of a putter, often you'll be able to make it work. Another thing to talk about is the grip. And this is a little bit thicker in the right hand compared to previous generation pistol grip. So there is a bit less taper on here, so you do get a bit more kind of better fit in your lower hand. For me, I feel like your lower hand is a bit less active during the putts, and I think that is also going to help golfers as well. Should even out the pressure a little bit, make your lower hand a little bit less active, and hopefully make you more consistent. So there you have it, that's my take on the Phantom X putters from Scotty Cameron. Hopefully that's given you a good insight into what this putter range offers, the type of golfers and stroke types that it's aimed at, and what the visuals are all about. Don't forget, this is a premium putter range. It comes in at just under £400, so it is a fair amount of money, but I think what you're getting with a Scotty Cameron putter is kind of the best construction, the best materials. It's one of the best looking putters on the market. You know, this is one of the most cutting edge, futuristic looking putter designs on the market. Your friends are going to be really jealous if you pull out one of these putters on the putting green the next time you play. And I think that's what Scotty Camerons are all about. People are proud to own a Scotty Cameron putter, and they have the performance to match, no question. So, you know, if you're interested in that type of performance, obviously Phantom X, they're mallet putters, they're forgiving, they're mostly pretty face balanced. There's not an awful lot of toe hang on these putters, and they look fantastic. So if you like the look of any one of these 9 different head shapes, make sure you give them a try on the putting green, and I'm pretty sure you'll hold a lot of putts. So that's it from me, from Gog. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to click the like button if you did, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, but for now, it's goodbye.